Morning, trucker world. This is Bert K, the traveling trucker. I'm going live, man. I wanted to talk about some things this morning. I was sitting here, they had a load canceled out. It's all good because they got other loads out there. Here's how y'all know when these people playing with you in this trucking industry, man. So the rate's supposed to be so bad right now, right? Well, not supposed to be. The rates are so bad right now. But check this out. Next 3 days, they're having this on 70. The next 3 days, they're having a 72-hour blitz, right? Safety blitz. They checking really they checking whatever they want to. So let's just say they checking supposedly checking for um your log books, your e-logs, making sure people running right and all this. But here's what I really wanted to drive home today. So for as bad as the freight is, man, rate wise, why do you notice if you're looking at a load board, whether it's Amazon, I do run some Amazon, but I got my own truck and I got my own trailers. I got refrigerated trailers. Also got a drive-in, two drive-in trailers. But if you notice, even with the Amazon freight right now, even the Amazon freight paying more. Why do you think that is? If the rate's so bad, why all of a sudden on this Monday, the rate started to get so much better? Look at the whether it be truck stop, deck, JBL, JB Hunt load board, whoever load board. I've been looking at several of them this morning. Why do you think they're getting so much better today? I'll tell you why it is. In my opinion, the rates are better today because they know a lot of guys gonna park their truck for the next 3 days, or they only gonna run midnight, like late night, so they ain't got to worry about them damn DOTs out there trying to, you know, put the thing on you. so, so they got the ability to pay more money, man. They definitely got the ability to pay more money. The problem is why pay more money if you don't have to? Now they have to because they know it's going to be fewer trucks on the road for the next 72 hours. People dodging the DOT 72-hour blitz, and I'm not mad at it. I'm one of them people. I'm running, but I'm gonna run only selected loads. I'm not gonna expose myself to the DOT, and I run legal for the most part because you could always run personal conveyance. It's a reason why they not paying, and then today all of a sudden they starting to pay. They're gonna pay more this week, man. They're gonna pay more 12th, 13th, and 14th because they know they got to, because they got less trucks on the road. So they got the ability to pay more money. But why pay more money? And thanks for the ones who joined the live. They got the ability to pay more money. They just not. But the fewer trucks you have on the road, they will pay. They will pay. What's up, Messiah? How you doing this morning? They will pay, and I hope I didn't mess your name up, brother. So look at Amazon boards, you look at JB Hunt, look at any of the private apps, or look at the load board. They're paying more starting today. I had a load got canceled. That was $1,200. $1,200. And there's no cap. I was going to deliver to the airport in Brownsville, Georgia. A load of damn portalets. I'm in Jacksonville, people. It's 77 miles. 77 miles, $1,200. Can't tell me they won't pay more. They can't pay more. And ain't nothing, no hazmat, no nothing. And I'm not capping. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not one of those truck drivers get on here and lie. I'm gonna tell you it's jacked up out here. Or either I'm gonna say I make money. Sometimes I do. Best loads, best things I do candy loads for BJ's. That's through CH Robinson. I do them every Wednesday. Best loads I got. I've been doing it for 3 years. Most of them don't pay. $1,200 a day to take a load of portalets on my drive-in from Jacksonville, Florida, to the now. Granted, you had to be TSA certified preacher. I got all of that because I travel, right? Uh, Man, what are you talking about? Stop black on black crime. I don't understand what you're talking about, brother. This is a trucking channel. We ain't talking about. I agree. Stop with all crime, bro. I don't care what color it is. You know, nobody got no business doing crime. But I hear you, Southern mofo. But all crime is bad, brother. No matter what color it's perpetrated from or to. But this trucking, man. I'm talking about this trucking. I'm talking about if you're anything about trucking, look at the rates today and wonder why they are better. The rates are better because of the fact these people know that it's going to be less trucks out here for the next 3 days and they got to pay. So if they know that now, man, and I don't know if it'll ever happen. I wish it would. I don't know if it'll ever happen that enough truckers will get together and say, man, I'm not doing this unless y'all pay right, because they're not paying right. Those brokers are withholding 40, 50% in some cases. And I know y'all might find it hard to believe, but I'm promising you it's not. Why would they pay you more than they have to? That would just have to extra yourself. Prime example, man. The cantaloups that I pay $1,500. They less than 300 miles. Now, granted, I have to drop my trailer off in the morning at where they're gonna load the can. I drop it off before noon. I pick it up that night. But one of the rounds go to, if anybody's familiar with Florida, go to Kissimmee and Davenport. Total round on that is about 370 miles. Pay $1,500. No cap. I do them every week. Another one I got go to Port Orange and the Sanford. Pay $1,400 every week. So they can pay more. Are they not gonna pay more because they got too much accessibility to you? And I'm not blaming not one truck driver for feeding his family. I'm not one of those cats. You do what we have to do. We do what we have to, man. Whether it's run cheaper, because I can't tell you to go home and look at your family member, your child, or your whatever, and say, "Hey, I can't pay this. I can't give you that." Do what we have to do. I get it, but until we get a little bit more understanding and unity amongst us, the truck driver thing, man. Because I posted a video the other day. The dude rear tandem twisted because his airbags didn't lift all the way up and it was dragging underneath his trailer. Twisted to a 45-degree angle. He was right outside of the cold storage. If you go back and look at my channel, you'll see the video. I don't wish that on nobody, but here's the reality. It can happen to anybody. And if you ain't got the money to get that done, you're effectively out of business and you're getting sued by somebody. The reason I say you're getting sued by somebody got to recover that load. Somebody got to, luckily, he was at a cold storage facility that they was willing to help him. They was bringing these forklifts out and toting the stuff back. They was willing to help. Most of y'all partner, I was getting a phone call from a broker. But I just wanted to go live, man. Just look at these rates this week. Just look at these rates. Free cantaloupes at our store. Yeah, man. Not only cantaloupes, everything, brother. Everything's super expensive. Cantaloupes. I just I took a load of eggs Saturday. To show you how, and I picked them up in Auburndale, Florida. I brought them to Jacksonville, Florida. Them shits ain't paid me $780. $780. Now it was 190 miles. So if you look at the mileage rate, you say, "Oh, well, that's great." It's not really, man. When you figure it's gonna be all day long with your equipment, you tied up all day, you're running your reefer unit. But reason I'm pointing out these eggs, man, eggs in Publix $10 a dozen, brother. $10. I could, I'd have been better off to stop on the corner and just start selling eggs, slinging eggs, man. You know how everybody else slinging everything. Hey, man, I got these dozen of eggs, $5 a dozen. I'd have got paid. So yeah, everything is just super expensive except for the race that they're paying. I started in this in 2006. I've been out here since 2006. I just started. This is the second live I ever did, man. I just want to start bringing awareness, if it's only to two people. So I started in 2006. I was making more money hauling for someone. I was hauling for a company called Brown Logistics out of Latonia, Georgia. I was making more money for them than and I got my own motor carriers authority now, and I got two trailers. But I was making more then than I am now. That's reality. That's real. And how's that possible? And from 2006, and everything went up since then. Hell, in 2006, I used to take my trucks to Freightliner. It was $140 an hour to work on your truck, which is outrageous. That shit is 200 now. That's like $200 an hour to work on your truck, and they charge you. Tom Neal here in Jacksonville charge you 250 to bring a truck on their lot. If you bring it on now, that's not a diagnosis check. The check your truck in is $250. So how you make more or less money now than you do? Hey, Stephens, Jessica, Jessa, maybe messing your name up. Pardon me for that. But so listen, man, we can get more money if we ever decide to stick together. Just look at the rates for the next 3 days. I've already seen them this morning. I just told you I'm getting $1,200 to take a load of portalets. Yeah, them shits that people go and use at concerts, etc. I don't know. They must be finna do some work at the airport. I'm getting $1,200 to take them right to Brownsville, Georgia, Brownsville Airport up there. From Jacksonville, Florida, 77 miles. You tell me ain't no money in this? And y'all think when these cats say, "Oh, I got all I got in it. I gave you everything." That's their favorite line. That's my max. I ain't got nothing in it. I'm losing money on it. They'll tell you that shit in a minute. They ain't losing no money, bro. How can they be losing money? People, you know who losing money? Person who put that shit on the back of their truck, told it for 10 hours with their reefer unit running, and they did it for $2 a mile. That's who losing money. And God forbid you have a breakdown. I don't wish that on nobody. But man, it's money out here. We just got to find a way of getting it. Some loans I pass up on, and I ain't gonna lie, I have buyer's remorse because my mentality is some money is better than none. Just like I said a little earlier in this video, it's better to make a couple dollars than no dollars. I am not one to judge anybody for doing what they have to do. You got some of these super truckers out here, uh, say, yeah, I spit on the driver who told something for $2 a mile. You out your mind. You can't tell that man what he got to do to take care of his family. You can't do that. You can't tell that woman what she got to do to take care of her family. Any money is better than no money. You can't tell nobody don't go get you some money when it's available. A lot of people hate on you, man. I don't get into that super trucker thing. I'm 61 years old, bro, and I've been driving trucks since I was, well, legally. What I mean by legally for a profit, because my dad and them used to do putwood back in the day. And I used to drive what they call a skidder. Well, I'm like 10, 12 years old. No exaggeration. But once I started driving for a company, it was 18 years old. I was 18 years old. So I got more time in it than I've got on this or than I got on this earth. And I plan on doing it for a little while because I love driving. I love trucking now. I really do. I don't like the business of it, but that's part of it. I don't like the business of it because it should be so easy for everybody out here to make a good living, man. And it ain't hard for people to pay you right if it wasn't based on greed. But man, everybody want more, bro. Even our government, everybody want more. Everybody want more than what you get. There's no way as a carrier, trucker, truck driver, you should be the fourth or fifth person on the pay scale. What am I talking about, fourth or fifth person? Well, then you got the buyer. The buyer he's setting the market to us. And he really ain't setting the market, but he kind of is. So you get these some farms, they get this one big buyer in there. He gonna say, I'm gonna buy all of this and stuff up from you, and then he determined he gonna get it hauled. C.H. Robinson by far is the biggest in the world. Most of the freight that you haul in C.H. Robinson is at the top from a logistics standpoint. And then C.H. Robinson might give it to a TQL, they might give it to a JB, they might give it to several others. And then they gonna give it in some cases when they can't give it covered immediately, they give it to a third broker. Think about that. It's three of them already in your pocket. Then you get it and you got to deal with this freaking agent. And the agents in some cases are the worst. You got to deal with this agent because he want his share. And God forbid you have a dispatch service who want their 8%. So thank you. You're the fifth one on that pay scale, but yet you're the only one that got the responsibility. You're the only one got the dedication because people out here doing this very dedicated. Most of them are very good truckers and carriers. So just think about it from a standpoint of how much you want to make out of this business and how much risk you putting in when you get into this business because it's a lot of risk. And the rewards are good too. I got 4 children. My youngest one graduated in 2 weeks. So, and I've been able to put them through school, you know, through trucking. But I done had some close calls, man. And God forbid nobody have an accident, something like that. It ain't like the old days, man. You get a little tap on the shoulder and you keep it moving. Bro, and these days, man, you get an accident, they trying to send you to prison, man. I just seen this in a case where this dude, he wasn't on drugs. He just had an accident, man. They was trying to get this dude just reduced his bail. I think it was like a few $1 million, I believe, 2 million. They was trying to keep him in there forever to reduce it to like 7,000. Did he have a bad accident? Yes. Did some people lose their lives? My heart goes out to him. It was an accident, a legitimate accident. He wasn't on drugs. His logbooks was in check. All of this stuff was legit. All of this stuff was legit. It's just that they try to put you in prison, man, for having a career. This is a career that you can go to prison for. Think about that for a minute. So it's a lot of risk, but it's a lot of reward. And if you love trucking like I do, like I say, I've been doing it since I was 18. I was driving skidders out there with my dad and them when I was like 10 and 12 years old in the woods. So I've been doing it for a minute. Used to drive tractors and stuff, doing crap in the back in Monticello, Florida. So I've been in it for a minute. But I love this trucking thing 45 years later. And I'm 61 years old in July. All right. But to start at this line today, look at your rates, see how they go up, and tell me they money in it because they worried about these trucks being parked for the next 3 days because they know a lot of people don't want to deal with that DOT crap. And they willing to pay more now. And as soon as this DOT shit is over with, and this is supposed to be the busy season too. As soon as this DOT week is over with, they're gonna drop the rates again on you. We got to figure it out, people. We got the most power in the industry, and we the weakest at the same time. We got the most power in this trucking industry, and we the weakest at the same time. Owner operators, if they all decided to consolidate and say, just let's do it for a week and just sit on the ground for a week, let that shit rot in your field, let it mold in your warehouses, let whatever. They'll change their perspective. All the things that they're doing week after week after week, man, is designed to get more out of you and give you less. And once again, I am not one of those super truckers that's blaming anybody for getting whatever they can get out of this stuff. I don't do backhauls. I hate when a broker call me with that backhaul crap. You got somebody trying to get back into Florida? 'Cause I'm based out of Jacksonville, Florida. I got a backhaul for you. What the fuck is a backhaul? What is a backhaul? If I put that shit on my truck, man, that's a load. No such thing as a backhaul. I can help you get back. I don't need your help to get me back. You want to help me to get back? Pay me just like I left here. Pay me like I'm supposed to be paid. I don't haul them. I used to run the Midwest a lot, man. I don't do it anymore. It was times I'll leave Jacksonville, Florida, and I go all the way to Murfreesboro, Tennessee to pick up a load. And I'm gonna break it down to you real quick while I do that. Jacksonville, you can take loads, and I was trying to get to the Ohio area because I had a rich products. I used to bring them down here. It used to be 3 to 4 stops. They would always pay $4,000 to $5,000. No exaggeration. It was like in 2000, before the pandemic. A couple of times I'll pick a load up out of Jacksonville, 790 miles up there to the Cincinnati area, and they won't pay you like $1,200. I did it a couple of times because I was stupid. I would call myself stupid. But then I would get up around Murfreesboro, I reset my clock, and I look at these loads, man, $1,800 from Murfreesboro to go right to Cincinnati or Cleveland or whatever, 250, 300 miles at the max. And they was paying about $5 a mile. So I was like, damn, why would I tote that shit all the way from Florida, come across Mount Eagle, whichever one of the mountains you wanted to go, hauling this heavy shit for $1,100, $1,200 when I could just deadhead. I got a friend of mine who would never do it, and I had to prove it to him. I could deadhead to Murfreesboro or the minimum deadhead to Atlanta and get the exact thing, right? Or go to Murfreesboro and get even more. Best one I ever had, I went to Murfreesboro. It was a late load that they needed picked up out of Maricopa. It should pay $2,000. You go from Murfreesboro. It had two stops on it, Cincinnati and Lindens or whatever, right outside of Cleveland. Basically, it was 380 miles, paid $2,000. Now, what if I'd have picked up this load that they was paying out of Jacksonville, 35, 40,000, go all the way across that Mount Eagle and all that shit? I done spent $550 in fuel to get the fuck up there because all of the mountains and wear and tear on my truck. So I was like, man, I'm not doing that shit. So I started deadheading out of Florida, and I would go all the way to Murfreesboro. I'd go all the way to wherever I had it to go, whether it be Charlotte area. I would look, set, and plan. I wouldn't take shit out of the state of Florida if it wasn't paying right. The only time I really take stuff out of the state of Florida is like from March through about June, July, because that's when it die out, and then the rates pay better coming from that way, coming back down. So it's just the way you have to do it, man. So they can pay us more. Make them pay you more. Be willing to get off a load, man. Be willing to let that load. Just tell them, I'm not finna haul that shit for that. Some people gonna call you back. Some people not. And I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna fuck with you when you sitting there 3 more hours later and still ain't got another load. It fuck with your mind, man. But have enough pride to say, you know what, man, I ain't fuck with that shit because I knew they wasn't paying me right. I knew they wasn't paying me right. A lot of times I run interstate. I leave Jacksonville, drop a load, Miami, Fort Myers, Pompano, some shit like that, pay 12, 1400. That's a good rate to go down there. It's 370 miles at the max to go all the way to the bottom of Miami. That's a great rate actually. But then if it ain't the growing season like now, get $300, $400 come back and they want you to haul that sugar. Like Okalante down there, they want you to haul that damn sugar back. 45,000 pounds, 43 max load, whatever it is. They got a scale. Anytime you go somewhere that they got a scale, bro, yeah, it ain't good for you. If you don't like hauling heavy shit, because they're gonna weigh you coming in there and they're gonna call into that damn place and they're gonna say, hey man, put 21 pallets on him. Put 21 pallets on him. He can haul 44. Who the hell want to do that $200, $300. I'm not doing it. And I'm not blaming nobody who do it. I'm just saying in some cases you'll be better off to run all the way back to your origin, pick up another high dollar load, and at the least you'll have the knowledge of knowing that I didn't just make this broker five, seven, $1,000 off of my bank, and I ain't make shit but gas money, fuel money. That's what my friend that I was telling y'all about a couple minutes ago. That was his mentality. Oh, it's fuel money for me. So I got him into going to the Midwest in 2018, just like I was, because you make better money. He did just like I used to do. I left and went to Chattanooga and picked up a load out of Chattanooga that was going to Cleveland. He got, I think, like 14, 1500. He got what he thought was a great rate. All right, now dollar 80 a mile to go up there. He thought it was a great rate. He had to stop. I deadheaded all the way on up there, picked up in Chattanooga that day. Right now I got around Nashville. I shut it down at the pilot right there on 40, I think it is, in Nashville. The next morning I called him. He had just passed me good with that heavy ass load. I had just picked up a load, and I continued north. He continued north. But at the end of the week, because the load I picked up in Chattanooga paid 1975. It was a little less than $2,000. 1975. He picked up 15 and a half. So at the end of the week, I made about $400 more than he did, right? Running a few less miles than he did. But here's the kicker. I burnt less fuel than he did because I didn't tote that heavy ass shit from Duval, which he picked up in St. Augustine, a load of cabbage. He picked it up in St. Augustine, which is about 40 miles south of Duval. I didn't tote a load of cabbage, which is around 38,000 pounds, all the way to damn Ohio for 1,500. I didn't do that. I didn't do that, right? He did. I made more money gross, and I spent less than fuel. That's why I say you can do it all kind of ways. So this is a short live, man. Anybody that watched this video, man, I'm trying to build this channel up. This is a trucking, travel, and triumph channel. What I mean by that, I'm a truck driver who loves to travel, and I came through a lot of triumphs in my life. If nothing else, please like this video, people, if you come across it. Subscribe. I'm gonna start going live. I'm trying to build my channel up, and it will do all the good. I don't have all the information, man, about this trucking thing, but what I do have is a lot of knowledge from 43 years of being out here. And I made enough mistakes for everybody. I'm gonna try to help you stop making some of the ones I made, and hopefully you can help me stop making some of them, and together we can kind of encourage each other to keep this thing going. All right. So thank you for the ones who watch, man. God is good, man. It's raining out here in Jacksonville. Been raining for the last couple of days. I'm just sitting here in my yard, just chilling. This is my little truck right here. I love that truck right there. That truck right there is older than my youngest daughter, but most people don't think so. Trucking, traveling, triumph. This is Bert K. Let's just give me a like. Share this video if you don't mind. Ask somebody to subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna try to build this channel up, man, for information. And yeah. All right, y'all have a good one, man. We'll get at y'all the next time.